Hey guys, it's SpliceWave here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all how to play PlayStation Home on PC, so let's get straight into it. So for this, we will be using RPCS3, the PS3 emulator, so if you already have an official build of RPCS3, you can use that and skip this part. But for those of you who don't have an official RPCS3 build, here's what to do. On your PC, open your internet browser and go to rpcs3.net, which of course is linked in the video description. And then go to this download tab. And as you can see, we've got downloads for Windows, Linux and macOS, and since I'm on Windows, I'll be showing you that. But before we click on this downloads, we need to go down to here to this download dependency. We need to download and install this. So we downloaded it, now we need to open it and install it. I agree to the license terms and conditions, install. Might bring up a menu, just click yes if you can see it. And then let it install, and as you can see, it's done installing. So now we can go back up to the Windows download and download it. And now that it's done downloading, we can open this. And I recommend putting 7-zip in half screen just like that. And now let's open File Explorer. And now we need a place to store our RPCS3. So I recommend either your desktop or on the root of your C drive like I do. So now we just create a new folder, RPCS3. And now we open 7-zip up again. And now we just drag and drop all of this into the RPCS3 folder. And now we just double click on the RPCS3 app. And as you can see, we can create a desktop shortcut, a start menu shortcut. I don't want the dark theme. And then to click continue, we have to click I've read the quick start guide. And if you don't want this message showing up every time, just click do not show again. And now continue. And now if we go full screen, as you can see at the bottom here, it says missing firmware. So now what we're going to do is get the firmware from PlayStation's official website. So in the description, you'll see a link to PlayStation.com. This is where you get PS3 firmware. And now you want to scroll down to update using a computer. And now, for some reason, just clicking this link just doesn't work for me. So what I do is I right click it and then I click Save Link As. And then I save this into my downloads folder. It'll be PS3 update.pub. So just click Save. It might come up with this. Just click Keep. And let it download. And now that it's done downloading, we can now go back into RPCS3. And now we want to go to File, Install Firmware. And now we need to get that pup file we just downloaded. So go to Downloads, PS3 update.pup. And now we just let it install. Might want to click Don't Show Again. It might come up with this the first time. Just let it go through it. And as you can see, it's done now. So now what we want to do is get the PKG file for PlayStation Home. So now go back into your browser again. And now go to this URL, which of course is in the video description. And it will take you to a download link to download Home Headquarters Online 186 Retail RPCS3 v10.2. Now the file name may change, especially this bit. But don't worry, no matter the version or the name, you do the exact same thing. So now just click Download. And if this link doesn't work, I've also provided alternative download links to Google Drive and Discord just in case. And now that it's done, we can close out of the browser and now go into RPCS3 and then go to File, Install Packages. And now we select that PKG file we just downloaded. Click Yes, let it install, and we can add a desktop or start menu shortcut if we wanted. Just click OK. And now what we need to do is configure this. So what we want to do is click it once and then right click it and then create custom configuration from global settings. Click that. And now what we want to do is go to GPU and we want to turn on right color buffers. And now we want to go to IO and set keyboard handler from null to basic. This will allow you to play on a controller but use your keyboard to type in messages. And now we want to go to network. We want to change it from disconnected to connected for network status, PSN status, RPCN. And now the DNS we need to change to 64.20.35.146. Now keep in mind these numbers have to be exact. Even if it's off just by one digit, it won't work. So make sure these are correct. And now we just enable UPnP. And now we go to advanced. Read color buffers, and now we click apply, and now we click save. And if you want to use a PS5 controller or any other controller, you go up to pads and then you select it. So for example, if it's a PS5 controller, you select DualSense and then you click save. And now what you need to do is go to configuration RPCN And now you need to create an RPCN account. This is pretty straightforward, and the way to know it works is by clicking this test account, and if it comes up with your account is valid, that means it works and you can log on to PlayStation Home. So from then you can just go back and then double click PlayStation Home just like this, and it'll bring up this menu. Now what it's going to go through is the first time setup. This is only done once on RPCS3, so the next time you boot up PlayStation Home it won't go through this and it'll be much quicker to get into the game. But anyway, just let it do its thing and then we can continue. Now if you get an error like this, don't worry, it's probably just because your internet service provider, your ISP, is blocking RPCN for whatever reason, but don't worry, there's a very easy workaround and here's what to do. So close PS Home and then go back into your browser once again, and now we want to just type in 1.1.1.1 and we want to download this 1.1.1.1, the free app that makes your internet safer, and obviously we're on Windows, so again, going to download the Windows one. And now that it's finished downloading, we can now open it just by clicking this. And now we want to go through the setup process, install it. Now we click finish. As you can see, something's appeared in the bottom right. If we click on this arrow, we can see it right here. So we click on this, we go through next, accept the terms of service, let it register. And now we just enable this. And now when you go back into RPCS3 and boot up the game, hopefully it will work. And in fact, just so you know, this is exactly what I use because my internet service provider actually blocks it. So if it works for me, hopefully it works for you. Now when you load into Harbour Studio, if you go to Navigator and then My Spaces, you will have a long list of apartments which have been given to you, as you can see. And you will also get a few clothing items in your wardrobe, which include this outfit. And for those of you wondering how you can add more items, be sure to check out another video tutorial of mine for how to add items, which of course could be found linked in the video description. And now for some quick tips and tricks. So if you press start and then go to options, display, pop-up color, as you can see we can access the PlayStation Plus exclusive colors just like this one right here, but my personal favorite is this one as it matches my mech jet. And if we go down to labels, we can also turn on or off the PlayStation Plus icon just like that. And since we're on PC, I think this is worth a mention. If we go down to cache, change cache size, I recommend setting it to 12 gigabytes as by default it is only 3 gigabytes and 12 gigabytes will allow you to enjoy much more of PlayStation Home without the need to re-download everything. And also, if we go over to News and Social, News, it will load up the news viewer. And yes, you do see this on boot up, but I think this is worth going over. So as you can see on the first page, we've got information about next week's event. And then on the right, we've got new content. We can slide through and see the most recent new spaces added. And in the bottom right, we've got players online. This allows you to join anyone in a public space. So as you can see, we've got X to relocate at the bottom. Again, it's a public space. We can press X. But if it's an apartment, we cannot join them. So if you're in a public space, you can join people and see where they are on this news viewer. And now if we go to the second page, we've got an introduction, welcome to PlayStation Home. And then we've got a QR code for anyone that wants to join the Discord server. But don't worry, it is linked in the video description if you want to do that. Anyways, guys, that brings us to the end of the video and I hope you all enjoyed it. And with that said, take care and peace.